Hello and welcome back to Get Great at Maths. I'm here to help you pass your maths exam, so hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to look at keywords, key formulas and how to gain top marks. So let's get ready to get great at maths. This is a question on the equation of a circle. The keywords of the question are we've got a circle. The centre of the circle is 0, 0, and you can see this from the diagram here. So the origin is the centre of this circle. You've got the equation of the circle, x squared plus y squared equals 169. And you've got to show that the coordinate, or the point, negative 12, 5, lies on the circumference. Now this point here, negative 12, 5, is a coordinate negative 12 across and 5 up. So this point here, you've got to show that this is on the circumference of the circle, where the circumference is all the way around the edge. So you have to show that this point here is actually on the circumference. And this is worth 2 marks. Now the key formula you need to be able to do this, the key formula is the equation of the circle. Now x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. The centre of this circle is 0, 0. And the radius of this circle is r, and you'll be expected to know this formula and these 2 facts that link to this formula for your GCSE exam. So in GCSE, the centre of the circle will always be 0, 0 because you've got x squared and y squared on their own. So it's always 0, 0, and r squared is the value on the right hand side. Make sure you've written down this formula and you've highlighted it because it is a key formula that keeps coming up on all the exam questions. You also need to know your square numbers, and this is a non-calculator paper and you'll be expected to know all your square numbers up to 15 squared without a calculator. So your first square number is 1 squared, which means 1 times 1 is 1. 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared 16. 5 squared 25. 6 squared 36. 7 squared 49. 8 squared 64, 9 squared 81, 10 squared 100, 11 squared 121, 12 squared 144, 13 squared 169, 14 squared 196. Now to help you remember these 2, because these 2 are more unusual, look at the last 2 digits. So you've got the last digits as 69, and the digits here are also the same but in the opposite order. So 13 squared is 100, then 69, then 14 squared is 100, then 96, so it's 69 backwards. Then 15 squared is 225. You'll be expected to know all these facts in your exam, so make sure you've made a note of them and you've written them down and you've highlighted them so you know these key facts. Now press pause, have a go at working out the answer, and then press play when you're ready to hear the answer. Well done guys, hopefully you've managed to get yourself an answer, and what we need to do first is look at this equation of the circle, x squared plus y squared is equal to 169, and see what it means. So the 169 is the radius, so the square root of 169 gives me the radius of the circle. Looking at my square numbers here, we were at 10, 11, 12, 13, so the square root of 169 is 13. We're now going to look at this coordinate here, negative 12, 5. So this is the coordinate here. The distance here is the radius of the circle. And we've got to show that r is 13. So we've got to show that this distance here is 13. And then this point here, the cross will lie on the circumference. So I can create a right angle triangle using the point that has been given. So I know the x coordinate is negative 12. And I know the y coordinate is 5. From here, I've got a right angle triangle, and I'm going to need to use the fact of Pythagoras' theorem, which is basically what you have got here. So Pythagoras' theorem says that this distance squared plus this distance squared is equal to this distance squared, which is where the equation of the circle is coming from. It is Pythagoras. So I'm going to put the values into the equation of the circle. So the equation of the circle says 12 squared, or negative 12 squared, plus 5 squared, is going to equal r squared. So just from substituting these values into the equation of the circle, which is basically like doing Pythagoras. Now negative 12 squared means negative times by 12 times by negative 12. Two negatives become a positive, and 12 times 12 we can see over here is 144. 5 squared is 25. So I get 144 plus 25 is equal to r squared. Adding these two numbers together gives me 169. We already know the square root of 169 is going to be 13, which is the same as what we got up here. I've labelled the top equation 1 and I've labelled the bottom equation 2. Now these two equations, okay, are exactly the same. So we just need a concluding sentence saying that the two equations are the same, therefore the radii are the same, so the point lies on the circumference. You get your first mark for putting the values into the equation of the circle here, the negative 12 and the 5. And the second mark comes from working out the radius is 13, and you need to show it is the same as the radius of the equation of the circle to show that it lies on the circumference to get your full 2 marks for this question. The mark scheme on this question shows there's 1 mark for doing the negative 12 squared plus the 5 squared. And the second mark comes from doing putting the values in the formula and working out the radius is equal to 13. You should also spot that you have got 12 and 5 and the answer is 13. This is a Pythagorean triplet, so you could have spotted that if you've got the values 12 and 5, then the hypotenuse is going to be 13 from the Pythagorean triplets, or you could just work the values out by putting them into the formula, but it will give you the same answer. If you found this video useful, please share, like and subscribe so we can all get great at maths. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below to let me know what you would like to see in my next video. See you next time!